In this last video, I'm going to go over the last page, solving systems using graphing, substitution, and the elimination method. You will need to solve one question by graphing on your test, by substitution, as well as by elimination. Okay? By graphing, we're going to take our equation, identify the m and the b. So for my first problem, my b is -8, which means I'm going to begin at the -8 on the y-axis. My m is 2, which means we're going to move up 2 units, right 1. And we keep on doing that until we run out of space. And then to get the points on the left, instead of going up 2, right 1, we're going to go down 2, left 1. That gives me all of my points. I have my line for my first equation. And then we graph our second equation. The m is -1/2, the b is 2, which means I'm going to begin at the +2. If my slope is -1/2, that means we're going to move down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2. And you can see these two lines do intersect, so our solution is going to be the coordinates of that point of intersection. So they are crossing at 4, 0. Take a look at the second one. The m is -2, our b is 5. We're going to begin at the 5. Since the slope is -2, that means we're going to move down 2 units, right 1. So we go ahead and graph that, get the whole line in, connect our points, and then we graph our second. This one has, the order has been switched, so be careful. 7 is our b, where our m is -2. So we begin at the 7, and we move down 2, right 1, and we notice they have the same slope, which means these are parallel lines. They will never intersect. So for our solution, we would write none or no solution. Number 13 and 14, we're solving using the substitution method. So we look for an x equals or a y equals. 13, I have a y equals. So this 4x is going to go in place of the y for the other equation. That leaves us with x plus, instead of y, I'm going to take on my y value of 4x, and it's going to be equal to 20. Combine your like terms, so 1x plus 4x gives us 5x. 5x equals 20. Divide both sides by 5. We get our x has a value of 4. Then we take our equation, y equals 4x. I now know my x value. So y is going to equal 4 times my x value, which is 4, because that's what we got. And we get y equals 16, because 4 times 4 is 16. So our solution, we write as a point, the x value is 4, because that's what x equals, and our y value would be 16. Okay, going over to number 14, I have an x equals, so this will go in place of the x for my second equation. So I have 2, but instead of multiplying by x, we're going to multiply by the x value of y plus 4. Then we have minus 5y equals 2. We have to distribute, so that becomes 2y plus 8 minus 5y equals 2. Combine our like terms, so 2y minus 5y, -3y. I still have my 8, still equal to 2. Subtract 8 from both sides, and we get -3y equals -6, which means y has a value of 2. We have our y value. We're going to go find our x value. So I go back to this equation. It says x equals my y which is 2, plus 4. And 2 plus 4 is 6. So our solution is the x-coordinate first, so that's 6, followed by our y-coordinate, which was 2. Then we have our last one, solving using the elimination method. This is where we add straight down. 2x minus 2x is 0, those cancel out. I can say there's a 1 in front of the y, so 1y minus 2y is a negative 1y. 5 plus 4 is 9. Negative 1y equals 9, which means y equals negative 9. To solve for the x value, like substitution, we pick one of these equations. I'll go with the first. So this is going to be 2x plus, instead of y, I'm going to take my y value of negative 9, set it equal to 5, okay? And then we plus negative 9, that's a negative 9. The inverse would be to add. So we add 9 to both sides, and that leaves us with 2x equals 14. Divide both sides by 2 when we get x has a value of 7. So my solution, the x-coordinate is first, so it's 7, followed by my y-coordinate, which is negative 9. 16, same thing, I'm going to go ahead and add straight down. 1x plus 4x gives us 5x. My 2y minus 2y cancels out. And then 7 plus 8 is 15. Divide both sides by 5 and we get x has a value of 3. We're going to find our y value, so I'll pick one of these. I'll go with the first. Instead of x, I'm going to take my x value of 3 plus 2y equals 7. Subtract 3 from both sides. That leaves me with 2y equals 4. Divide both sides by 2, and I get y equals 2. So my answer as a point, my x value is 3, followed by my y value of 2. All right, good luck on your test.